Since the second most viewed country on my channel is the Philippines, I figure I should learn something about them. But my mother-in-law is full-blooded Filipino and Spanish. But she taught me to say maliititimo. She at least speaks Tagalog. Mabaho kikimo. So today we're going to learn a little bit about the Philippines. Here we go. But first, if you're new to the channel, my name is Eric. Sally's around here somewhere getting tortured. Leave your suggestions for videos in the comments below because I pretty much just watch and do whatever you guys tell me to watch and do. That's just how it works. Let's get into the video.
What if I told you there is a country where over 175 languages are spoken,
Whoa.
People text more than anywhere else in the world,
Really?
and boxing fights directly influence crime rates?
Wow. Already very interesting. Already I learned 3 things that are pretty mind-boggling.
It sounds pretty much unbelievable, but it's all true in the Philippines. 14. There are more than 175 spoken languages. There are 2 official languages in the Philippines: Filipino, based on Tagalog, and English. Filipino is the most commonly spoken and pop culture language, and the government of the country uses English in their work.
See, that I already knew, okay? Thanks to my mother-in-law, Leonita, something blah 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 blah.
By the way, the Philippines are number 5 on the list of the world's top English-speaking populations after US, India, Pakistan, and the UK. All this sounds pretty plain and ordinary, but in fact,
I figured that Australia would have been up there. That's crazy.
the diverse linguistic groups living in the country use over 175 languages for their internal communication.
Wow.
Since many of them exist only in spoken form, it's impossible to calculate the exact amount.
Wow.
13.
Okay.
Their capital is the most densely populated city in the world.
What?
The nation's capital, Manila, and its 16 surrounding cities that make up the Metro Manila area have...
Seriously? So Manila is the most densely populated city? I thought it was like Hong Kong or Tokyo, but it's Manila. Now I want to go there even more. Something tells me I'll probably be visiting in the next couple of years.
have a population of 12.8 million people. During the daytime, this number gets way higher since many people come here to work. While the number doesn't sound that crazy, take note that all these people live and work in an area of 16.56 square miles. This makes the population density equal to 111,002 people per square mile.
11 or 12,000 people sitting per square mile? Like, how's that even possible? They would have to literally be right on top of each other. Times Square times 10.
And that's 5 times higher than in Mumbai or Paris, for example.
Paris I've been to. The city of love. It's an awesome city. The food is amazing, but the smell, I'm just saying. And je vais à la bibliothèque.
12. They have churches in shopping malls. Shopping malls aren't merely a place where you buy stuff for Filipinos. They are safe, air-conditioned community hubs with gyms, health clinics, concert halls, nightclubs, parks, and even churches inside.
Okay, now the church thing and the nightclubs, I didn't know, but I knew that they were safe because they have like metal detectors or gun. They check before you go into the mall, right? I think that's a great thing because we're having problems here in America with people shooting up like Walmarts and stuff. So in the Philippines, I don't think they're gonna have that problem inside of malls.
So it's no surprise that they are the favorite place to meet up with friends for so many locals. And 3 of the world's 10 largest shopping malls are located in the Philippines. They are Mega Fashion Mall of SM Mega Mall, SM City North EDSA, and SM Mall of Asia. 11. Filipinos are the #1 texting nation in the world.
That's crazy.
You already know Filipinos love meeting up with friends at shopping malls, and when they can't see each other in person, they text.
You know, I gotta say, okay, I got a lot of Filipino cousins and stuff on Facebook that send me messages every single day, and I have never responded to any of them. Yet I still get the messages because they see my posts or they see my videos or half the time they're speaking Tagalog, so I can't understand it, you know? I believe that 100,000%.
And when they do it, they rarely limit it to, hey, how are you? In fact, they send about 400 million texts a day. And that's around 142 billion texts a year. It's more than the US and Europe put together. Not exactly a little number for a country of 107 million people.
The Lolas of the world probably aren't texting too much, but the babies are. Anaya! Anaya! Or gigo, as my 2-year-old would say.
10. They have a unique form of transportation. If you visit Manila, you'll notice some interesting looking vehicles called jeepneys. They are converted
Jeepneys,
U.S.
yeah.
Army Jeeps that stayed in the country after World War II.
Right.
Filipinos adapted them to transport up to 18 passengers who jump on the jeepney going in their direction and ring the bell for it to stop.
Okay.
There are about 50,000 jeepneys in Manila, and they all look different, with basketball stars, cartoon characters,
crazy.
inspirational quotes, neon lights, and whatnot on them.
Paco, outside of Manila. Is that a place that I would want to visit? I don't know. You guys tell me. I've never been. You probably know where Paco is, right? Maybe, if you're from Manila.
There are two major problems with jeepneys: safety concerns and pollution. They produce huge amounts of black smoke. So hurry up if you want to ride before they get replaced with a rapid transit system. 9. One of the islands has more volcanoes than towns. The Philippines are, without a doubt, a super scenic location. Among all the islands that are a part of it, Camigan sure stands out, with more volcanoes per square mile than any other island on the planet.
Wow.
The island is 14
cow.
miles long and 8.5 miles wide, and has 7 volcanoes and 5 towns.
Oh my
And even
God.
though earthquakes and eruptions
Why?
shaped it, volcanoes...
Why? Why would you have 7 towns around all these volcanoes? That's got to be the scariest island to be on ever. Is there any insurance on this island?
and 5 towns. And even though earthquakes and eruptions shaped it, volcanoes have been deep asleep
So
since the
pretty.
50s, so thousands of tourists can safely visit the island these days.
Oh, well.
8.
There you
Their
go.
national flag has a secret meaning. The
Really?
national flag of the Philippines has 2 bands of blue and scarlet, and a white triangle at the hoist with a yellow sun and 8 rays, each of them standing for one province of the country. The yellow stars stand for the 3 largest island groups, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. What makes the flag really unique is that it can be reversed to declare a state of war. This happened during the Filipino Revolutionary War of 1898 to 1901 and during World War II in 1941 to 1945.
So it's like going war mode. We're Filipinos, happiest country on earth. Flip the script, war!
7. Boxing directly affects crime rates in the country.
Wow.
Filipinos love boxing and are crazy about their most famous boxer, Manny.
Pacquiao, baby. Manny Pacquiao. Yeah. I don't think it's just Filipinos that love Manny Pacquiao. But yeah, he's Filipino.
Pacquiao. Whenever he fights, the whole country is glued to its TV sets. And according to the Philippine National Police, PNP, crime rates in the country drop significantly when he's in the ring.
Wow.
During his 12-round fight against American boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. that went from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., not a single crime was committed in the whole Manila metropolitan area.
Because they were all watching Manny Pacquiao. You're like a superhero. You can stop crime in Manila. You don't even have to be there. Are these facts accurate? Like, is this real that this guy's talking about? Some pretty amazing stuff going on in the Philippines, man.
It was basically the same during other major fights with the participation of the people's champ, Manny Pacquiao. 6. A lot of Filipinos work abroad. It might be because of their
that's
flexible
true.
and reliable character,
true.
or the fact that they speak great English as a second language.
They do. There's a lot of them in like California. We have quite a few of them. We have a lot of them here on the East Coast of the U.S. There's lots of titas and lolas all over the place over here.
But more than 11 million Filipinos work abroad. It's around 11% of the population, and a quarter of all overseas nurses in the world come from the Philippines.
Yeah. They may not have this in the list. I'm hoping that they do. But they have amazing call centers in the Philippines. Another one of my relatives has an internet business, and he hires his telecommunications people, like online secretaries, in the Philippines. They beat the crap out of Americans' customer service, I tell you that.
5. Their rice terraces are the 8th wonder of the world. Banawa rice terraces are the oldest in the world, and were
That's the
so smartly
Philippines?
designed that they still bring a harvest of rice and vegetables, most of which get exported. And it is believed if all the terraces had been built end to end, they would stretch halfway around the world.
Wow.
Today, these places bring the country more money as a tourist destination than
Yeah,
rice plantations,
that's amazing.
and thus they play an important role for the economy of the Philippines.
I didn't know they had that in the Philippines. That looks so amazing. I would just love to go out there with a golf ball and a chipping wedge or like a 9-iron. That would be amazing.
4. They produce a lot of coconuts. For years,
yeah,
the
islands.
Philippines had been the number
Lots
one
of
producer
islands.
of coconuts in the world. And even though the leadership now belongs to Indonesia, 153,532,000 tons per year is still an impressive number, isn't it? These coconuts are used to make anything from clothing to beauty products.
Clothes?
3. The first European to visit the Philippines was Ferdinand Magellan. The legendary explorer made the first record of the archipelago among the Europeans in 1521. He founded the first settlement in Cebu, and thus most of the area became a Spanish colony. This explains the fact that around 90% of the population are Christian, unlike most of the country's neighbors. In 1898,
and most of them are Christian or like Catholic, I think is the majority of them, right? Am I right?
Philippines went under U.S. rule and later, in 1946, became an independent republic. 2. A Filipino made the first karaoke machine.
What?
If you love to sing along, you ought to thank Filipinos for your favorite pastime. The first karaoke machine in the world was created in 1975 by Roberto Del Rosario.
Wow. Roberto Del Rosario, thank you. The karaoke machine. Without you, we would have never had Justin Bieber. We would have never had Katrina Velarde or Morissette.
Patented as the sing-along system, and even though there were some attempts to claim his creation, he still remains the only patent holder for the karaoke system.
Wow.
1.
Dude's
the
loaded.
population is extremely good-looking.
Everybody in the Philippines runs around just being good looking. Oh, that's funny. And also true. It is. Good skin. And if you look at the old Filipinos, 60, 70 years old, they look like they're 40 or 50. I look almost the same age as my mother-in-law. That's scary.
Along with their love for boxing, texting, and shopping, Filipinos are crazy about beauty pageants. It might be the years of American rule that gave them this love for competitive beauty, but the fact remains a fact. They have won in all major international pageants 15 times.
Wow.
There were 4 girls crowned Miss Universe, 1 Miss World, 6 title holders of Miss International, and 4 Miss Earth crowns.
Wow.
The first official pageant was held within the country in 1908, and since 2001, it's not just about beauty, but also for the promotion of environmental protection. Would you like to visit the Philippines?
Yes, I would. Apparently, the Philippines has the most beautiful people in the world. Unless, of course, the Filipino women come over to the United States. My daughter is Filipino, and I can guarantee you that she is the most beautiful person right now in the world.
Don't you dare type anything otherwise.
Tell me what else you guys want me to watch. What else do I need to learn about the Philippines? There's questions in my head like, should I try aso adobo? Does mabaho kikimo? These are just things that I need to know. And hopefully I can keep coming out with videos that you guys like to watch and enjoy. It breaks my soul when I can't get a video up. If you've made it this far in the video and you're still looking for Sally, I gotta start making better videos, man. That's a wrap.